Arthur Morgan, the kind of guy who likes to keep his energy levels sophisticatedly high by eating 20 cheese strings a day at the deliciously tender age of 36. A happy-go-lucky man, always willing to go out his way to help a friend, and then some. He's currently wanted for robbing an old lady and shooting her fingers off. So basically, the gang, also known as the Happy Boys, were trying to rob a ferry in Blackwater and it went up. So Arthur and the lads are now snowed in at some mining town, whilst waiting for it to thaw out. We were set up and there was no money on the ferry. We've lost some people and some of us have died. What a little shame. Us poor outlaws get it tough. All we want to do is, and take your money, protect us at all cost. Arthur and the leader of the Happy Boys gang, Dutch, are scouting for supplies and also looking for Micah and John, who are doing the same thing. Dutch, the kind of guy who can make a cat fart on demand. He's also wanted for accidentally robbing himself. We come across Micah, the kind of guy who uses chip pan oil to style his hair. He's currently wanted for inappropriately touching a horse. Micah said he could hear a party going on, so we decide to go check it out because the boys could be doing with a wee bit of alcohol and good times at the moment. So we go and interrupt this wee party. Dutch is going to ask for an invite whilst we hide. Dutch walks over like, "Do you have any cans for the lads? Or at least know anyone who does drop-offs?" Micah notices a body covered up lying in the "I've just been shot a couple of times and I'm now dead" position. Arthur's like, he's probably just passed out drunk. Arthur's such a thirsty boy and can't wait any longer, so decides, nah, wait a minute here, and decides to start shooting them all because it means there's more booze for us. It makes sense. We raid the house and find some ammunition, ice lollies, and a stupid family photo. It smells like pub farts in here. Arthur checks out the barn like a right good wee outlaw who does what he's told. I get jumped by some silly wee man, but I end up smashing him senseless until he tells us what the script is. It turns out these guys are part of the O'Driscoll's gang, and they're planning on robbing a train. I'm given the option to do what I want to him, so I choke him out, whilst whispering sweet nothings in his ear. Arthur's like, "Nothing, nothing, nothing." Nah, he actually said, "Enjoy hell." I then shoot him in the head 3 times, causing him a mild concussion. Look what I found, boys. A wee dog. That's a horse, Arthur. This horse is terrible. It doesn't even have a steering wheel or any radio stations. You think the horse could at least sing a song or something? Or there's that woman from the horrible, lovely photo. She's upset her husband died. Calm down. You'll find a new one. People, man. She starts trying to attack us and look what she ended up doing. She's only went and set her house on fire. What a wee silly Susie. We calm her down and Arthur assures her that, aye, we are bad guys, but not bad as in the way that the other guys were. Not bad, as in have sex with your horse kind of bad. She's like, what? Arthur's like, well, we'll still raid your house and torture you for a laugh kinda bad. Okay, I lied about the torture part, but you're not getting your stuff back. Anyway, where's that horse? I've just took some Viagra. Kidding on again, she starts crying, and Arthur's like, this one's not got a sense of humour, eh boys? If you can make her laugh and giggle, you'll make her clap and jiggle. Something her husband won't be doing any longer. Nah, it is a shame about her husband though. Maybe if she wouldn't moan at him for not doing anything around the house whilst he sits and drinks all day, this wouldn't have happened. This is her fault. Her name's Sadie, the kind of person who's a widow and is currently wanted for being a terrible wife. Silly Sadie. We head home on this new horse thing and take the wee happily married widow with us. Sorry about your house burning down, hen. Wait till the rest of the gang find out we only brought back ice lollies and have an extra mouth to feed. Sadie will probably be too heartbroken to eat anything anyway, so it's all good. Abigail wants to look for John, as in John Marston from the first game, because nobody's heard from him. What is it with these people having feelings? Abigail, the kind of person who cares about the people she's in a relationship with. Pathetic. She's currently wanted by John. She's like, please, we need to find him. We're like, aye, alright, we'll go get him. She's like, I don't sound like that. Aye you do. So Arthur and Javier go look. Javier, the kind of guy who covers himself in butter and sticks hobnobs all over his buttery body and calls himself the Hobnobbler. He's currently wanted for putting brown sauce on his penguin biscuits. On the way there we spot a horse who looks incredibly hungover, so embarrassing, can't even handle its drink. Javier's like, we shouldn't leave that lion there, and Arthur's like, that's not a lion, that's a horse. The way there is quite tiresome. My wee horse's legs can't take it anymore. We need to walk the rest of the way. I whisper towards Javier, imagine we fell and died. Nah, I imagine it was just you that fell and died. Only joking, Javier, but imagine I somehow fell and knocked you over and you fell to your death. Kidding on again, calm down. Like and subscribe if you understand that accidents happen. Red dead, no pension. Arthur claims everything twice, just so he can say he had a tougher journey, and to burn more calories. We can hear wee baby screams. It turns out it's Mad John.
That's John!
John's the kind of guy who leaves his family to become one with the wolves, but instead they take advantage of him, and now he'll have a hard time trying to come up with a cool story on how he got those scars on his face when his wee Abigail asks. He's currently wanted for ordering drugs and trying to get a discount because it's his birthday. What's happening, John? And he's like, no much mate, just slowly dying here. What a sausage, getting lost up here. What you like, John boy? Those wolves really did a number on him. Arthur's like, imagine the wolves came back and we never had any weapons to help you mate. We'll later come across some wolves. Look John, it's your wee pals. I remember I was attacked with 5 wolves one time in the east end of Glasgow, and I battered them all with my bare feet. Then I woke up, here it is, my time to shine. I'm ready, I need to be on the ball here.
Arthur, distract them!
I end up just letting him get eaten because I cannot be bothered. In fact, wait, that never actually happened. We kill the wolves and take wee John back to town. Arthur's room is quite nice. If he cleans it up a bit, he'll be able to keep pigs in it. Or Sadie, that hat looks ridiculous on you Dutch. What are you writing anyway? He's like, I'm not writing anything, I was actually drawing a wee picture of you Arthur. Arthur's going to use that picture later to fap off to, in his beautiful wee room, whilst the pig watches, so we decide to go to the O'Driscoll's camp to find information on this train robbery. Dutch is bitching about how him and the O'Driscolls don't get on because the leader, Colm Driscoll, was selling him haggis instead of tobacco. It took Dutch a couple of months of smoking it to realise, so when he did, he killed Colm's parrot, so then Colm killed Dutch's girlfriend Annabelle. Fair deal. I tried to draw a love heart on the snow for you Dutch, it wasn't very good. Then I write in the snow that Dutch loves the O'Driscoll boys, but I forgot to record that bit somehow. Kidding on, I never even done that, and only thought of the idea after looking over my notes. Plus that sounds like effort. I don't get paid to make these videos, so nah, no happening. We come across their wee crappy camp and shoot the place up, and one of them escapes. So we chase after him and lasso him. Did you know that the lasso was invented by Native Americans, who used it effectively in war against the Spanish? That or the Egyptians or something, I don't really know. The more you know. I keep messing up hog tying him because I'm an absolute plum of a man. I'm messing it up that bad that the guy himself is like, do you need a wee hand with that mate? So he gives me a hand to tie him up and we have a wee friendly chat. I ask him if he wants an ice lolly, but he's basically just going on about how he's desperate for me to spare his life, and Arthur's like,
So I'd advise you to save your breath for screaming. No, please!
Arthur, you're a badass. I was thinking about letting him go, then was like, nah. I drop him in freezing cold water as a joke. Although it's not really a joke because it's actually very good for you. It stimulates your body to increase blood flow circulation, hydrates your skin and even boosts your metabolism rate, as well as being really good for your mental health by lessening anxiety. I'm no doctor, but this guy's anxiety seems to be going through the roof. He's about to have a full-blown panic attack with the looks of things. I wonder why? Weird. Now he's moaning about being cold. First world problems, eh? You try and do a good thing for people and all they do is complain. Arthur's like, I'll break every bone in your body if you keep talking. We arrive back safely. Arthur has a wee look in Dutch's room and says, "This looks like a good room to masturbate in." I was kidding on, just joking. That was so embarrassing. Later, Arthur decides to have a nice wee sit down to relax, proceeds to take 10 grams of a substance called Funky Town mushrooms and does some deep meditation. He is visited by a guy called Tommy Angelo, a mafia member from the future, who tells him that this train robbery is a bad idea or something, but Arthur ends up just putting on good tunes and ignoring him. The next day, me and Charles go hunting for a wee munch because the peeps are starving. They were complaining about the ice lollies we brought back. Very ungrateful. Charles, the kind of guy who tips himself after eating a nice meal at a saloon, is currently wanted for shooting up a saloon. We killed 2 deers. Well, I killed 2 deers because Charles has a wee sore hand. We come across a bear. Arthur's like, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Come here. Psst, psst, come here." I end up getting mauled. Nah, kidding on, we never died. We sneaked past it and arrived back, knackered. But not too tired, we can still drink to celebrate. Then Dutch comes over like, "What's the best thing to do after a long hunting trip?" "Rob a train." Arthur's like, "Oh, what? Is that the day? But I don't want to rob a train the day." And Dutch is like, "Well, it's either that or you sniff my nipple."
Shoot, get lost.
So anyway, the train robbery isn't happening anymore. Nah, the train robbery is still on. Abigail and some annoying looking wee boy come over to see John. John's like, "I've said it before and I'll say it again. That better be my son." She's absolutely raging. Dutch is like, "It turns out we're robbing
Mr. Leviticus Cornwall,
a wealthy industrialist, a big sugar dealer oil guy."
Yes!
The snow is starting to thaw and good times are waiting. Right, so we're going to blow this train up with these explosives we found at O'Driscoll's camp, but the detonator doesn't work.
here we go.
That's heavy bad times.
You have got to be kidding me. Where did you find that moron? You said it was fine. Come on.
So we run like we've jobbied ourselves and jump on the train, but Javier falls. Idiot. Then Lenny nearly falls off the train. Lenny, the kind of guy who was clinically dead at one point for 10 minutes and said he witnessed heaven. He later said it was absolute hell. He is now wanted for almost dying twice. He's screaming for help and Arthur's like, "Do you prefer dry toast or buttered toast, mate?" I actually quite like buttered toast. I realised I don't have the strength and decide to let go of him. And then I realised that I actually did help him up. We make our way to the front of the train like well balanced champions. And then I get scalped on the face and Arthur's like, "Here you pal, away you go. I'll see you in the next life." We stop the train, shoot these wee people, but some of them are still hiding inside the train and we're like, "Listen boys, we won't hurt you. We have biscuits out here." They're not having it, so we decide to shoot the train up. I shoot the lights out like a right wee smarty pants. Then we blow the door open. We search the train and get the goods. Arthur has a wee drink and a well-deserved smoke to celebrate whilst thinking of good times, and then I'm given the option whether to spare or kill these people that were hiding inside. Not a wise move when I'm drunk. I mean Arthur is drunk. So I'm like, "Right, do you boys like Funky Town mushrooms?" They're like, "Aye." They start walking away and Arthur's like, "Do you by any chance have any?" The silence says what I need to hear, so I delete them from life. Well, one get away. Oops. Jose recommends heading east to set up camp in a hideaway at Horseshoe Overlook in the Heartlands region of New Hanover territory.
We should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine.
Even though his heart is set on heading west, Jose, the kind of guy who when after kissing his wife goodbye in the morning, threatens to shoot their daughter if dinner's not ready for arriving back. He's currently wanted for referring to his son as daughter, So with money in our pockets, blood on our faces, regret dripping from our boots, and a widow stuck with a bunch of ugly faces, we head east. The lads are officially on tour. Arthur's like, have you heard this tune, lads? I'm all of a sudden hit with a sense of dread, a feeling of pointlessness, and decide to just end it. Nah, kidding on, a wee bee flew into the carriage and Arthur panicked, forcing him to crash and die. Nah, kidding on again, it turns out that never happened. But what did happen was, more important, we were about to arrive happily ever after until one of the wheels fell off. I had to include this part, as it's really important towards the story, because, we fixed it. Amazing content. We arrive and it's gorgeous. It's better days at last. The sun is shining down on our manky wee faces. Maybe there's hope for us absolute bampots. Us happy boys can probably be happy again. So basically, if anyone asks why we're living up here, we'll just say that we're keen, happy-go-lucky murderers who are on vacation. What will the future hold for the gang? Will Sadie find a new husband? Will the gang find happiness in their never-ending search for loneliness? Will John Marston find out if his son is really his? Who knows? Because this is Red Dead Redemption 2 like you've never seen it. Cheers for watching, have a good one, take care.